3月25號鳳凰山約定你。
Hello everybody, welcome to Mui Wo on Lantau Island in Hong Kong for the Lantau 70, one of the classic races in the Asia Trail Master Championship Series. It's the first time we're here actually. We were supposed to be here already in 2020, but everybody knows what happened. It was COVID crisis and this race was postponed for several years. And this race used to be taking place at the end of October in the autumn, and now we're here in the spring. And with me is John Ellis, who is unfortunately injured at the moment. John, what exactly is going on with your health?
So unfortunately I've just had a few issues. My Achilles is I've got a bit of tendinosis there and a Morton's neuroma. Might be surgery, so we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, the weather is just such a big factor in this race. Normally it's in October, which actually is probably a little bit warmer than now. And because of that, and because you've got this really front-loaded course, and then the last 30 Ks is just running. It's fairly flat. There's nowhere just to sort of walk up a hill and take a break. And so you really need to get your pacing right. And so when it's hot, it makes a really big difference. So today should be a little bit cooler than it is normally, but it's always tricky. I think just sitting here on the start line, I'm already sweating and I'm not doing anything. It's really humid today. I think sort of 80-85% humidity. We weren't meant to get much sunshine. It's already starting to come out. And yeah, the weather's going to be a factor today. It will make a difference. I think this is probably Hong Kong's sort of best community-led race. There's always been this Lantau trail run community. I think this race has been going for 10 or 11 years, and the community just really gets behind it. It's not one of these big, sort of splashy, big races, but it's just one of these community races. It's got that nice atmosphere where the whole, people at Lantau and all the running community get behind it just to make it happen. And I'm here with Jeff Campbell from Team Gone Running Joint Dynamics.
I had a little bit of sickness last weekend, which might have helped me shed a couple of last-minute kgs ahead of the race. But feeling pretty good. And I know most of this course, not all of it. I've never run the Lantau 70 before. It's a humid day, so we were expecting rain, but it looks like it's going to be dry for the first half, but very humid. So probably close to 8 hours, I think, will be the winning time. And then I think the ATM competitors, Sherpa and Arnie, are going to be the top two guys to beat. And I'll try to stick around with them and see what I can do on the catchwaters.
Hello, so I'm here with Ruth Teresier, previous Asia Trail Master champion.
Yeah, feeling good. This race will be my first race. Maybe could be my warm-up race for the season. So I'll be enjoy and take it for fun.
Okay. One of the most famous Asia Trail Master runners and former champion, Sherpa. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's late already in the morning, so no early wake up this morning, and I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I've been here for 7-8 days now, and all the steps are quite tough if you are not used to it. But I'm feeling good. I had a good training racing last week, so I'm very confident for today.
Okay.
Here we go with the start. Arni Macaneras, the ATM champion. We have Solomon Wetsen here in the Jugla outfit in the front, but he is in the relay race, so he's not in the race. Here we have Ruf Teresia from Bandung in Indonesia, former ATM champion as well, in her first Asia Trail Master race in 3 years. We also see Dolores Sales passing by. We have Agi Sabanal here as well. Agi, just like Ruf, is a little bit on the comeback trail in ATM. She was number 2 in ATM 2018 behind Ruf. And the two of them will have a good chance here to win the women's race. Or is anybody from the local side here in Hong Kong also a potential winner of the women's race?
Yeah, look, I think the women's race is really open, actually. There's probably 10 different women that could win it. It's always really hard when you're coming off 3 years of no racing, but I think, I think Jinko, I think Katrina, those ladies were winning races before the break, and I think they've stayed quite fit. So, yeah, I think the locals are going to be pretty hard to beat here today at Lantau 70.
Okay, and welcome back to Lantau 70 here in Hong Kong. We are checkpoint 1, kilometer 13 after the climb and the descent of Lantau Peak. And these are the two leaders, Arni Macaneras and Jeff Campbell. They have about a minute gap over Alessandro Sherpa. Sherpa lost contact a little bit in the descent because according to the GPS trackers that we have today, they were all three together on the summit of Lantau Peak. Macaneras, the reigning ATM champion, in his first race here in Hong Kong, but looking good together with Jeff, who is of course very, very familiar with this terrain here on Lantau Island. Alessandro Sherpa, he also ran a race last week here in Hong Kong, so it's not brand new for him, but I do believe it's also his first race on Lantau. Here he is, Alessandro Sherpa.
Right, cool. Thanks, buddy. You're 1 minute behind, buddy.
And as he left checkpoint 1, as you can see, he forgot one of his flasks, and it's very important here because even though it's very foggy here in Hong Kong today, and it's quite warm, but it's also very humid, and yeah, drinking will be very important today.
Hi.
Jiao.
开始。
Yeah.
Hello。
怎么样？
哎，好极了。
Welcome to live video update 3 of the Lantau 70-kilometer race in Hong Kong, and we just had a thunderstorm and the race has effectively been interrupted for most of the participants at around 12:55 p.m. and the race is interrupted at CP2 until 2 p.m. However, there's 6 runners who already went through CP2 at that time, and that's amongst others Jeff Campbell, who actually took the lead now between CP2 and CP3. He distanced Alessandro Sherpa, who is a couple of minutes further back now, and it's looking good for Campbell.
How are you?
I'm a little hot and tired.
It's okay.
Let's walk us through the race a little bit, Jeff. Congratulations.
Already?
7:30.
Wow.
We need to kill a few minutes until Sherpa is here.
How far back is it?
12 minutes, maybe more now.
I mean, we went out really fast. My pace chart had us scheduled to get to CP1 at 1:55, which is very aggressive, and we got there at 1:51. But I still figured it was best to hang with Sherpa and Arnie, because if we were all going to shatter our legs before we get to the catchwater, I favored myself with shattered legs on the catchwater against both of them. And I think we all ended up paying the price, but I guess I paid a little bit less of it. Yeah.
So you ran away in a technical descent, is what I heard?
Nah, a little bit. I mean, it was sort of after Tayo. No, actually, not really. After Tayo, Sherpa and I kind of went into Tayo together. I had a really nice checkpoint turn, thanks to Mr. John Ellis and all the volunteers. I basically saw that he was taking a little bit longer, so I just decided to hit it going out of Tayo, and didn't really see him after that. I didn't feel like I was going too hard at that point, but I mean, all of our legs were pretty banged up, so I guess that was the least hurting of the 3.
Yeah. 70 kilometers is still quite a long distance for Jeff Campbell, normally speaking, but we hear that you're moving up in distance.
I mean, I'm getting really old, very old, and and I've been told that you lose all of your speed very quickly. So
clearly not today.
So I feel going up to a bit longer distances is logical. Also, very lucky to be named to Team Canada again, and I'll be running the 85K long course. So need to get a few longer races in the legs to get them ready for that.
All right, congratulations, Jeff Campbell, another ATM race win.
Thank you, Chris.
Dude, you alright?
First day.
That's finishing with a style, man.
First day. When did that happen?
Are you alright?
Need to get checked out. Huh?
Yeah, do you need help?
I just slipped and there was a pole, but fortunately it was plastic, so I just fell. I take the pole.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Wow. I sorry, I don't want to put drama. I'm good. I'm very good.
Good run. Very fast.
Well
Well done, mate. Well done. Good run.
Yeah.
It's my first time.
Yeah.
It's Thursday. It's crazy.
The stairs are hard, yeah.
Okay, can I just change?
Diego Gonzalez.
Hello.
Good to see you again on the
Yeah,
ATM scene. How have you been doing after the Bali Ultra Trail?
Well, I picked up an injury there and it took longer than anticipated to recover. Actually, it's still not good. Every time I push a little bit on the training, I feel it. So I'm keeping it very easy still. So I think this year is going to be like taking it easy, building back some fitness. Yeah. So I don't think I'll be doing the longer stuff for the foreseeable future.
How did you feel today in the race? You did the 28 kilometer, right?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great. It's my first time in Hong Kong since they reopened, and I haven't raced here for probably around 4 years. And it's great to be back on these stairs. We always forget how difficult they are and how specific they are.
What are your overall impressions of today's race?
Man, it was such an interesting day. Just so many things happening. So many things hard to predict. It was great at the start seeing Sherpa and Arnie and Jeff all sort of push each other together. They came through the checkpoint 1 at Nong Ping. It's 2 really big climbs. I think you've got about sort of 2 900-meter mountains that they've been over. 150, that was really fast. And then you sort of them pushing together. In the end, Sherpa and Jeff came through Tayo, which is about halfway in terms of time. That was a really quick time as well, 3:20, and I was a little bit worried that they'd overcooked it. They kept going. Then we had the lightning. I think the guys did the right thing in terms of stopping the race, but fortunately our protagonists at the front, they were able to sort of get through, and they weren't in danger from a lightning point of view. But
is that a common thing in Hong Kong for all the viewers who are not aware with the regulations of trail running in Hong Kong? Or so the race was effectively interrupted for 45 minutes in the end?
Yeah, and it was the right decision because this course has a lot of peaks. There's a lot of ridge lines, and so we had a lightning field come through for about half an hour. And I think the race directors did the right thing. They sort of stopped everyone, made them sort of stay at whatever checkpoint they were at until it was safe to go again. And so, as you said, it was like a 15 to 60 minute sort of stop for a lot of the runners, or maybe a little bit less, and then we're off again. So it sort of adds a little bit of a different flavour, adds another variable. I guess that's going to play into maybe the women's race a lot more than the men, because they sort of got ahead of the lightning field and were able to just do a normal race.
Correct. In the women's race, we have Katrina Hamlin,
yes.
British, but apparently based in Hong Kong also.
Based in Hong Kong, very strong runner. She's won quite a few of the races around here.
Yeah, she's a newcomer on the ATM scene, so first time we're seeing her, and she was ahead already before the race got stopped, and after the restart she again pulled away from the other girls, Agi Sabanao, Ruth Teresia, Sun Ming Xue. What can you tell us about Katerina?
Yeah, look, she's based in Lantau, so this is her backyard. So I think that's always going to give you a bit of an advantage, especially around how to play the conditions, how to pace. But she's very strong. She's in good form. Would love to see her do a few more of the ATM races.